HooHooHooRobin.
Hey, I got to say hi to the gang at SNL.
Oh, now it's the gang at SNL.
The
it's
gang.
not just the cast or...
Including Mr. Michaels. That would be Lorne to you.
Oh, Lorne Michaels?
Had a moment with Lorne Michaels at the after party. I was lucky enough, if you listened to the show Friday, we had Dane Cook on the phone, and I just threw out there, hey, I could use a couple tickets to SNL, which is a really hard ticket to get. And because Bob Kelly was doing Tourgasm at the Borgata, he gave me his tickets, and I got to go, and it was great to be there. First time I've ever seen a taping of Saturday Night Live. Went to the after party. Like? It was amazing.
I mean, like the taping going there, is it like, because I heard it kind of is a pain in the ass if you're in the audience. Is it?
No, we sat up top, which is the place to be because you're out of the way of all the boom, the boom mics and the cameras on their things. You know the audience when you see on TV on the floor?
Yeah.
That's only like, I don't know, 30 people tops. Mm-hmm. And then everyone else sits up high. We were like front row.
Kind of balcony.
And it's organized chaos is what it is. They're just they're a well-oiled machine. And there's one lady, she's a little chubby, which surprises me because all the running around she does, she should be a lot thinner.
That's a compliment. Sure she'll love to hear.
As soon as the scene is over, her whole job is to grab the guest host, grab him by the collar, and pull him off stage to get him ready for the next skit. That's her whole job. So the skit will end, and they'll go to commercial. Within a half second of going to commercial, she's on stage, grabs Dane Cook, and just pulls him, yanks him off stage to get ready for the next one. That's her whole job. And she's been doing it for so long, she knows exactly how much time she needs to get them dressed for the next bit.
You know, you got to wonder after so many years how they've been able to do it without some major league hitches. Right. You know, they've had little things happen over the years, but there's been no like major league glitch in 30 years.
It was funny. Amy Poehler is funny. We got to get her on the show. I think Roland is trying to get her, but they're setting up for the first bit, and she's on stage, dressed as a politician, whatever, and they're getting ready for the first bit, and they're going 30 seconds, and everyone else is calm, and she's like, oh God, oh no, and she just starts losing it. The crowd is losing their minds, and then 2 seconds before they go live, she just completely gets into her role, stops, and does her part perfectly. But she just knows how to have fun with it, But it was a great time. Then we went to the after party and got to meet Lorne Michaels.
Oh, the after party.
Who's the band?
The Killers.
Oh, nice.
The new CD by the Killers has got to be great. Has to be. I don't know what the reviews are, but the 2 songs they played on SNL were really, really good. Really good. And then Barry Katz was there, and I'm sitting right next to a table away from Lorne Michaels, and I go, Barry, I really want to meet Lorne Michaels, And I was giving up around 3. The after-hour party goes from 1 to 4, and then there's an after party that starts at 4. Code word Horatio.
Is that what it was?
Code word Horatio, because I guess he started the after party.
Ooh.
So, and I'm sitting there like, I can't believe this. They've been doing this for 32 years, the after party, and I'm at one. It was really cool. So we're finally ready to leave, and Barry Katz, he sees me leaving. He's a great guy, man, because I was giving up on meeting Lorne Michaels. All of a sudden he grabs me, turns. Lorne Michael is holding court with like 5 cast members, and all of a sudden he just goes, hey, guys, this is Opie from the Opie and Anthony show, and they all turn around. Half the cast knows the show. And then Lorne Michaels stands up to shake my hand and says, it's a pleasure to meet you. And we had a little chit-chat,
A little chit-chat.
Chatter at the door.
And it was going really good, but I didn't want to like push it, so I just awkwardly, well, I got to go. I don't want to bother you anymore. And I turned around quickly. And I
got to go. I'm a busy man, Lorne.
And as I turned around, I hear, it was a pleasure meeting you, in that Lorne Michaels voice. And I'm just like, oh my God, did Lorne Michaels just say that? It was really, really cool. We had a good time. And then Yesterday, I had one of the biggest star sightings ever for me personally. I think Clinton is my biggest still, but I think this might be my second biggest.
This could be, and I don't think Jimmy's got one of these.
I told Jimmy.
Yeah, I do know.
Oh, you did?
No, I don't own that.
I told Jimmy. So yesterday morning, got up early, even though crashed at like 4 in the morning, and it's just an awful rainy day here in New York. And I walked to Starbucks, and I walk in. And I'm groggy because I literally woke up, threw some flip-flops on, and walked to Starbucks, all right? And as I walk into Starbucks, I look to my right, I go, oh my God, nah, it can't be. And then I start walking to the counter to throw my coffee order in, and I'm waiting online. There's one person ahead of me, so I look again. I'm like, holy crap, it is him. It's key to the story, so just bear with me.
It's him.
So then I order my coffee, and what I wanted to do was take my coffee now and introduce myself to this very famous man. And as I turn with my coffee, he is gone. He's out of the Starbucks. Lost my opportunity, right? So I go to throw the milk and all that, at the station. And as I'm doing that, a guy in Starbucks recognizes me. He goes, "Oh my God, Opie, love your show, love the show, whatever. I listen all the time. I can't believe you're in Starbucks."
All right, shut up. You tell him.
So I'm like, "Thanks, but you have no idea how surreal it was in here. Like literally 2 seconds ago, you were saying how much you love the show." And you're saying hi to me, Opie, and I'm like, do you realize the guy I'm named after was right there?
Opie.
Opie was right there. The Opie. Ron Howard.
No, it was some guy named Greg.
I was going to say Dick Ebersol.
Right. So the guy keeps talking to me. He doesn't care that actually Ron Howard was there. I'm like, no, do you understand? I'm Opie, but I got the name from the guy that was just standing right there.
Yeah.
I go, did you see where he went? I gotta meet this guy. And he's like, no, but his girlfriend, I guess, goes, he crossed the street. So I get my coffee and I go outside and I'm looking around like a lunatic. I mean, it's early in the morning. There's no one around. I lost my opportunity. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. The guy I'm named after was right in the same Starbucks as me. I run outside. I can't find him. And I'm ready to walk home. I'm like, it might be worth it to just cross the street to see if maybe he, hopped into a store and he's going to come back out. So I crossed the street, and behind like this van, that's the reason I didn't see him, under some scaffolding is Ron Howard, a.k.a. Opie, and his wife. So I walk up to him like a complete lunatic stalker. You know me. Jimmy knows me. I don't do this often. I enjoy.
It's got to be a biggie.
I enjoy, spotting a celebrity and all, but for the most part, it's like I could take it or leave it. But in this case, I couldn't leave it. So I walk right up to him. I go, "Mr. Howard?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, all awkward. I'm like, I'm named after you? He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I'm Opie."
Nice to meet you, Ron. No.
Right. I go, "I'm Opie from the Opie and Anthony show." And it was one of the greatest moments ever. He goes, "I've heard of you. He goes, "I've known about you for about 8 years. It came to my attention that there was a guy on the radio that was named Opie from the Opie and Anthony show." He goes, "You guys got in trouble with that church thing." I'm like, yeah, that. And I don't know if he's a religious guy, so I'm downplaying it like, right? I go, but the cool thing about it is I got articles from all over the world, and the only word you can recognize in the articles is Opie. And he starts laughing. I'm cracking up Ron Howard. And then we talked about satellite radio, and are the two companies merging? I'm like, no, that's never going to happen. And he had a meeting with XM, and it went well, but he's not sure if he wants to do anything with it. And his wife's there, blah, blah, blah. We're just having a good time. And then he goes, "So how long is Opie your radio name?" I go, "No, I got that when I was 8 years old." I go, "Which was cool, but now that I'm in my 40s, it's..." And I look at him like, "Well, you know how it is." And he starts laughing again. I'm cracking him up, right? So all of a sudden, I'm fast forwarding like, I'm going to be in his next movie. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to be pals.
Pals exchange phone numbers.
Yeah, you know how that.
Opie, who's Opie? How you doing?
You know how that goes, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, of course. You get caught up in the moment.
Like, oh, this is so obvious. I'm going to be in his next film. There's something here that he's noticing, and I'm going to be discovered. So I'm like, I don't want to.
Delusional bastard.
I talked to him for 10 minutes. Him and his wife, they were the greatest people. I said, we'd love to have him on the show, blah, blah, blah. And I finally said, all right, I'm really sorry to bother you. And I leave. So then I go back to my apartment, and I'm sitting there with my Starbucks, and I'm just obsessing. I felt like you, Jimmy, no offense. I'm obsessing.
That's how I live.
I'm like, my whole life since I was 8 years old, I've been named, Opie after this guy. I met him finally. And I've always wondered if I would ever meet the guy. It's always been in the back of my head. I'm sitting on the couch with my coffee.
The theory was the universe would actually end.
Right.
If they had come together.
Right. So I'm sitting on the couch stewing, and I'm like, I got to go out there with my camera. So I grab my video camera like a lunatic. It's raining. I got an umbrella. And I walk back. I'm like, what are the odds he's still there? But I got to try. He was that close. I got to get a picture, right? So I walk to where he was, and he's still there. I go, get out of here. So I'm holding the camera, and I'm crossing the street, and he looks at me all weird, like, how do I know this guy? Because he already forgot about me. And as I got closer, he went, oh, I just talked to him. That's why I
he
know.
had already forgotten.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not even going to try to sit here and make believe.
To the movie and the cell phone number exchange.
Right. And the, hey, me, it's me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're cracking them up.
And then I did the rookie move that everyone does, but it worked. I go, I never asked for pictures, but I ran all the way home to get my camera. Can I get a picture with you? You know,
my camera. I only take pictures with celebrities with.
So he goes, sure, and he takes a picture, and the picture's up on opieandanthony.com.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is, right there.
Me and the guy I'm named after ever since I was 8 years old. This was like a great moment for me. And then I'm feeling it. I'm like, so you guys live up here? You know, because he's in my neighborhood. He goes,
yeah, in New York.
He goes, we got a place, a few blocks from here, right? I go, really? And then I feel like I have something in common with him, and I'm like, I was gonna buy, and I got rejected by the co-op board just 2 weeks ago, and him and his wife are like, oh, that's so sad.
Oh, come stay with us.
Right. And I go, they didn't even meet me. They rejected me without even meeting me. And they're like, you seem like a nice guy. And I'm like, well, it must be that Sex for Sam, and I think they Googled my name. And then I go, you know, when they threw Opie in the Google search, too bad your stuff didn't come up. And then I got another laugh from Ron Howard. And then I felt like I was a complete stalker. I'm like, all right, I got to go. And then his wife's like, you're lucky, because the only reason we're still here is we're waiting for our daughter, and she's late, which is Bryce Howard.
Yes.
The famous Bryce Howard, the fine Hollywood actress.
Wow. You're running with greatness over the weekend.
I said AK Opie instead of AKA. Whatever, dude.
Now you're going to have a similar conversation if you ever meet Andy Griffith. It won't be the exact same one, but...
No, very similar.
I was named after your TV son, mister.
But it was one of those moments for me, so I think it's the second greatest celebrity picture I've ever gotten.
That's a biggie, I think.
That's a biggie for me. That's a biggie for me personally.
That's a biggie, but just in general, that's a pretty big one. Jimmy, of course, though, on the scale, how does that rate? Is that a biggie? Or?
He's a very famous guy. I mean, Richie Cunningham.
He's been in the business for many, many years.
Yeah, his whole life.
Yeah, whole life.
10 years old.
Directed some great movies.
Director. I would have gotten. I'm not a Ron. I mean, I don't have the connection to Ron Howard like you do, but I would absolutely love to get a show with him.
Yeah,
but, Clinton. You can't compare it to Clinton. I mean,
The Clinton one is still probably the biggest one you got.
Over the button.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He could have destroyed the Earth.
We're only here because he's allowing it. He could have hit the button and wiped it all out.
Okay, that puts it in perspective to a guy that stands behind a camera.
Steve from New York City. Wow, tell that Ron Howard story again. Yawn. Well, then go check out Whoopi Goldberg. That's your choice. That's your choice, Steve.
That's right, Steve. With your negativity, a couple of men taking pictures.
Did you yawn the whole way through the story without turning your dial, you ass?
I yawned through the entire story.
I was just saying that. I was never a Happy Days fan. I'd rather meet Tom
That's terrible.
Bosley.
I'm sorry.
See, when I'm listening to the radio and something is boring, guess what? Guess what I do? I don't sit through the whole thing and then go out of my way to instant feedback the show that just told the boring story, Steve.
I listen till I can't take it anymore. Then I write a little letter.
I had a very similar story one time. I met Marion Ross.
And then another guy, I don't know, we got the haters today. Someone from their cell phone. SNL sucks. Dane Cook equals not funny. A taping of a live show. They should let that show die. Read this on the air, pussy.
Whoa.
Why would...
All right.
Challenging observation, Randall.
Wow, read it on the air. Now what? What's going to happen because I read it? What's going to happen now that I read it?
How was the show, by the way? How was SNL?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't like, an SNL you're going to remember for years to come, but there were some funny bits. Mm-hmm. The killers were amazing. Dane Cook's opening stand-up was great. I thought it was really good. And it was amazing because I was talking to him at the after parties. He said he was trying out that set at the Cellar. And I'm like, and he goes, I wasn't even really feeling confident about it, but I said, what the hell, I'll do it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to be on SNL and you decided just to do new material you were trying out at the Cellar? And then, of course, we were comparing notes about being on Letterman and stuff. That was kind of neat.
Oh, boy.
It was a surreal moment. Let's go to Jeff in Florida. Jeff.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hey.
Jimmy Cake.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Opie, I wanted to know when you talked to Ron, did you by chance tell him that you were a millionaire board op who sat on Letterman's couch?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, get the facts out.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's go to Tom in New York City. Tom.
Yo, what's up, boys? Good
Hey.
morning. Yo, dude, I can't believe you actually, went home, sat there for a little bit, and then you grabbed your camera and went back out.
Know what sucks? I did exactly what I make fun of Jimmy.
I know. Believe me, I
for
can
doing.
That is hysterical. That is, kind of stalking. You must have felt so funny crossing the street again to go meet the guy.
Dude, and he saw me coming. I have a camera. It was such an awkward moment. And I was thinking about Jimmy the whole time because I'm like, this is what I make fun of Jimmy for.
I honestly don't think you would have done that for anybody else. Except like a Clinton or some, a huge star. I think it's just the fact that it was, Opie.
Well, this has been
you have to go.
This has been in the back of my head since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So
As you're telling me this, like yesterday, Opie called me yesterday, and we were talking about it. And the whole time he's leading up to the story about the Starbucks and everything, I'm thinking, well, where's your camera? Did you have your camera? I'm
Of
like,
course, Jimmy's thinking that, yeah.
And that was good you did it, man, because it was like, it's embarrassing for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, as you know, he forgot about it. Before the digital image had been captured, he forgot you were alive.
right.
The speed of light.
But now you have it. It's a cool story, and you got it. So what?
all right.
It's silly. You ran across
If you
the street with your camera like a youngster.
And if you don't like the story, then I don't know. Go listen to Whoopi or something.
Dude, it's only creepy if you did that with Dakota Fanning. That's a little bit creepy.
Well, let me tell you,
It's funny.
Dakota
I
Fanning.
snuck back into a room. Look, I normally don't do this, but I'm going to have to take you.
Someone is asking if Joe Namath would be cooler
No.
than
No.
Ron or Clinton. No.
Oh, Opie's a Jets fan, though.
I'm a Jets fan, but Namath was before my time.
Was he?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you were a kid, though?
we didn't. I knew of Joe Namath, but I wasn't old enough to completely appreciate what he was doing on the field.
Yeah.
No, my Jet experience unfortunately starts with like Richard Todd.
Ooh.
Exactly. I wish it was with Joe Namath, but it was Richard Todd. That's who I remember. That's when I really started getting into football and was understanding what was going on.